How's it, everybody? It's Ulu. It's about 6:15 in the morning, and I just got home from work. Oh gosh, you know, there's so many things on my mind, but there's one thing that I wanted to talk about. The funny thing about life is that people come into your lives, people go. Situations are presented in front of you. You have the choice to take that situation and do whatever you will with it. Another thing is that things happen, and unexpectedly, or things happen. You think things are happening for one reason, and then you find out that it was for another reason. And it may not always make sense to us, or you might think that it's wrong. But the one thing that I wanted to say is that we all have the free will of choice when things happen, when situations are presented in front of us, and opportunities. And when people come into your life, and it could be a friend, a lover, and just a business partner, and even a family member. For whatever reason that person comes into your life, or comes back into your life, as far as a family member, right? Because family member, you on the norm, you have that person in your life, and then they may leave and then come back. Sometimes, because of the relationship, we might think that it would be for better, or for some of us, because of the relationship, we know that it may, or feel that it's going to be a bad situation if that person comes back into our life. However, most of the time, we're not prepared. Most of the time, we're thinking the total opposite of what happens. And we may not know the reason for that time, or why that person came back into our lives, or why that situation happened, until it is over and we see the outcome of it, and we have to process it, acknowledge it, and in the end accept it. Regardless of whatever happens, there always is something to be learned from that situation and from that person. We may not know what we are learning. It might take months, it might take just days, it might take an instant. But in any regard, we always will learn something from that person or that situation. It is up to us how we are going to embrace it. It is up to us how we're going to apply it to our lives. It is up to us how we're going to utilize it. We can utilize it for the good, or let it dwell and let it get stagnant, and let it, it could be a shitty situation. You might think that, oh, okay, this person is coming into our life for something good. to help us. And then in the end, nothing good comes out of it. The one thing that you're going to learn from that situation is to tread lightly whenever you see or you may encounter that person again. You may not ever deal with that again, but there's always room for growth for that and for wisdom to be built on that. Remember, no matter what. And then also I wanted to say this. God, He may not give you what you want, but He definitely knows your needs, and He will provide them for you. He will provide them, He will present them, and He will give them to you. Still, it is your choice to accept that. I hope this makes sense. It's just on my heart. I've just been thinking about some loved ones that are going through some things right now. And even though I don't have a solution to their issues or situations or problems that they may be going through, I know one thing's for sure. Our Lord never forsakes us. All we gotta do is ask. That's it. That's all we gotta do, is ask. And He will provide. Good night, everybody.